Good morning and welcome to the Childsy and Persico show, brought to you by White Upper Bush, live on Facebook. My name's Anton Persico and I'm with a very nervous and anxious Mark Childs. Big day today, Childsy. How you feeling?
Well, not nervous and anxious, Persico, but morning, everybody. Really looking forward to today's action on the rugby field.
Cool. Now, Childsy, we're going to get straight into it today. We've got a pretty star-studded lineup here. Can you run through who we've got on the show today?
Well, yes, today all players or coaches involved in the semi-final action of the Tui Cup. We have Robbie Baby Chook Anderson from Ekinahuna, the one and only Peter Beach from the Marist rugby team, and the coach of the Martinborough rugby side, James Bruce.
Brucey, we're going to show you an enlarged photo of this shortly, but it looks a little bit like you've taken this photo on the set of Brokeback Mountain. You've got your cowboy hat on there and looking rather jolly, but we'll get to that shortly. Now, before we do, we want to get into the results for the Ryan Cup final, the senior reserves, which was played last Friday night. Childsy, 11 points to 8, East Coast get up. You're at the game. Can you give us a little bit of info about it?
Yeah, it was a thoroughly deserved win by East Coast. They had a specific game plan in mind, courtesy of their coach, Richie Red Eye Robertson, who always comes with a plan. And basically, it was a simple but effective game plan. And unfortunately for Greytown, the Papawai Prowlers, they did fall into the trap, I felt. They never used the ball at all, hardly in the game like they had been during the season. An example of that was the first player of the game. There was a penalty given away with a no-arms tackle. So in my mind, the Prowlers got a bit too wound up, and Richie had the East Coast guys to play a Pacific way, and Greytown fell into the trap. So hats off to East Coast. They thoroughly deserved the victory, and the Prowlers we gutted. But look, that's finals footy. That's how it goes.
Yeah, and obviously under level 2 restrictions, there were no crowd. This game was live streamed, however, and we hope you all enjoyed the coverage. We've got to do a special mention and a big thank you to the businesses and companies that sponsored this. So, Childsy, big shout out.
Yeah, absolutely, to the 5 sponsors that allowed the live stream: White Earth Moving, Inspire Bathrooms, Tiles, Masonry and Decorating, Tavita Isaac. Big shout out to you. Holmes Construction, always a great supporter of White Upper Bush Rugby and Greytown Rugby. Hi, Mark Holmes, White Upper, and Fall Protect. Thank you very much for your support.
I believe there'll be another live stream coming today, the 2:30 game between Greytown and Ekinahuna, but Childsy will touch on that shortly. And we are also looking for sponsors if we are still in level 2 come next week for the final as well. So give us a buzz if you're keen to get your name and lights and sponsor the live stream. Of course, you always interrupt me.
Could I ask why the Marist Martinborough game is not being live streamed when the other game is?
I'm not sure. I don't think we could get a sponsor. So,
well, really, the truth is to the public out there that he doesn't really want to live stream it because he feels that Marist are going to make the final and he doesn't want to give away any secrets to the opposition. That is the truth.
Fake news from Mark Childs. Anyway, moving along, we're going to get straight into the results for last week. The Moose Company Cup final round was played. We had a winner, and we'll touch on that shortly. But let's get first into the game, Martinborough versus Pioneer. And we've got James Bruce on the show. Brucey, it's awesome to have you back on the show. And here's a little picture of you in your Brokeback Mountain costume out on the farm. Looking really sharp, mate. How are you today?
Good. I'm good. I'm feeling really good, actually. Yeah. I've got a wee on the step.
Now, Brucey, tell us a little bit about this Pioneer game. How'd you boys go?
Pioneer, it was pretty close. All those first changes, like they have been all season with us. And they, it was pretty tough for a wee while, and it took a lot of patience from our boys to work them out a little bit and get on top.
Hey, Brucey,
some changes.
Brucey, can we get you to move away from the car because that might be stopping the connection here, the feed?
Yeah, you got that?
Yeah, that's better. No, we didn't hear anything you said, but hey, it sounded really good. Sounded like you guys played an awesome game. We'll come back to you shortly here. Just stay in that position, don't move. We're going to go into the next game, which is East Coast versus Greytown. Greytown obviously come out with the chocolates here and finish in second position on the table. Childsy, tell us a little bit about this game.
Oh, the hooer of a game. Coasties fired up before the match. Obviously, with no crowd, I do feel it did count against them. Their supporters out there are fierce, and that I feel was an advantage to Greytown by all means. So, but no, they came out humming, and we were able to negate that early and build some points and get a bit of scoreboard pressure towards the middle of the second half, which ultimately counted really good for us. So, yeah, but a fierce challenge from Coast, who I think are a club on the rise, and come next season, obviously they've won the Ryan Cup, but next season they'll be a force to be reckoned with in the Tui Cup.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Coast. They did drop their last 3 games of the competition. They were looking really good during the competition, but just unfortunate they couldn't finish it off. Okay, on to the next game, and we've got Ekinahuna versus Carterton. This was a 23-all draw. We've got the one and only Robbie Chook Anderson, the baby Chook, on the line. How are you today, Robbie?
Good boys, how are you?
Yeah, really good.
Thanks for the Ray White office there in Marston and Chook. Looks like you're sitting in my office, actually.
I am. I'm sure you can find a bit of photo for me there, Anton, as well, please, next time.
Okay, I will, but I thought this was more than appropriate. The baby Chook having a little nap on Saturday night, a little bit tired. Chook, tell us about the game, mate. 23-all. Close one, huh?
Yeah, it was. It was a funny old game. We were dominant in the first half, but just couldn't seem to get a big enough lead, and they kept clawing their way back with their young first fives boot kicking penalties. So, yeah, our discipline let us down a little bit. The game never really felt like we were going to lose, but it got pretty close towards the end there. But, yeah, happy to come away with a draw because it meant it was enough for us to just slip into the semi-finals. So, yeah, it was pretty much a quarter-final for both teams, and it came right down to the wire, but we were lucky enough to have done enough during the season to get there. So, yeah, pretty happy.
Yeah, no, congratulations on that. 3rd place, and obviously up against Greytown at Greytown this week, which we'll get into that game shortly. Hey, I've just had an email come through with a question for you, Chook. The New World staff in Marston would like to know if you're going to continue to buy the $5 gluten-free sandwiches.
If you continue to use that photo of my fat face, according to Childsy, gluten makes you swell up, and looking at that photo of my face is pretty swollen, so I will continue to use it if that photo keeps getting spread around.
Okay.
Hang on, Chook. Now, gluten-free diet helps with arthritis, and look, given the condition you've had in your leg for the last 14 months, we need you right for cricket season, brother.
Okay, I'll continue it then. Tell the New World girls I'm in.
All right, the next game we're going to cover here from last week is Marist versus Gladstone. This was an epic encounter. Marist get up 36-29. Because of this bonus point win, they win the Moose Company Cup. Obviously, Beachy being from Marist, I put a much nicer photo up than Chook's one. I'd like to introduce Peter Beach to the show. Peter, how are you?
Morning, Persico. Morning, Childsy. I'm good. How are you guys?
Very good. Hey, tell us about this Gladstone game because it was a nail-biter towards the end, yeah?
Yeah, it was about 14-13 at half-time, I think. And then we kind of got a bit of a roll on there in the second half, started getting some good go forward, and then Gladstone just kind of pinned it back the last 15-10 minutes, and it was a draw. And, yeah, it was a lot of momentum shifts there, and any team could have won that. They missed a drop goal, and we had to counter-attack from 100 metres out to get the ball down the other end.
Well, Beachy, tell me, did your prop take a quick tap in injury time right in front of the post when you did those 15 phases?
It wasn't our prop, it was our number 8, Aiden Edaweda. He didn't trust Paddy to knock it over from there from 5 metres out in front, so he decided to tap and go, and we had to play another 5 minutes.
Coaches would have been on tenterhooks and the supporters.
Look, everyone on the sideline, obviously the team was high-fiving. And then in the corner of our eye, we saw the number 8 just start darting up the field with the ball, and everyone had hands on heads. And I think it took another 20 phases to get over the line. So if it wasn't for that try, then obviously Greytown would have taken the Moose Company Cup. But at the end of the day, Marist got it, Beachy, and we had a nice quiet night at the Marist club rooms, cuddling the cup. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was great. 7 by Mario and Brenda. It was good boys to get around the Moose Company. First time Marist has held it, so it's good to get that name on the Moose Company first time.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Hey, now, we're going to come back and talk to you guys about this week's game shortly. First up, we're going to get, obviously, here's the table. Marist taking on 26 points, Greytown 25, Ekinahuna 22, and Martinborough on 20. Now, this week's games, actually, before we go into that, let's talk about the What About You campaign. It is about looking after your mates. It's about drinking responsibly, and it's about behaving yourself after the matches. Childsy, would you like to elaborate on this?
Yeah, I would. I think in our rugby fraternity, we play a full 80 minutes on a Saturday, and we like to, socialise afterwards. And look, guys, if you're out there listening, stick with your mates, stick at the club rooms, and then, go home. What we've seen this week has been unfortunate, and look, pull your heads in. That's all I've got to say.
Wise words from Childsy. As Childsy would say, it's child's play. Right, now, talk about looking after your mates. Me and Childsy have been doing the Biggest Loser competition. I'm not quite sure on the results for this week, Childsy. How do you think you've gone?
Well, I'll probably put on a few, actually, to be fair. I'm not that confident.
We showed some really good progress last week, but this week we put on a combined total of 1.1 kilos. So we are back in the gym as of tomorrow, and we're going to try and work this back off. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah.
Or 1 step forward, 2 steps back at the moment. So, hey, progress, not perfection, right? So we'll keep going. Now, we're going to get into the weather report from Mark Childs for today. Childsy, what do you got?
Look, I think this will play a major bearing on the matches today with the nor'wester we've got coming through the Wairarapa. So, look, cloudy periods, a few showers in the west, and nor'westerlies are rising to gale in exposed places. So I know the Greytown field gets quite exposed there. The Marist field on number 2, it's got the shelter belt there with the trees. It might not be affected as much, but I can see that wind blowing into the club room's corner. So, yeah, the coaches and the captains will need to be very, very wary of the wind, I feel, today, which will make an interesting decision come flip the coin.
Is this something you focused on in training this week, Childsy?
It has been, yes. So I looked at the forecast, so we have trained accordingly for that.
Brucey, did you have any idea that there's going to be windy today?
Yeah, I did. We don't worry about the wind too much. We'll just probably run everything, stay away from set piece stuff. The wind probably affect us.
Fair enough. Beachy, preparation for this week, how's it been?
No, it's been really good, eh? Boys seem switched on, had a good run around on Thursday night, and just kind of focused on what we needed to do, really. Can't probably go into too many details, kind of kept everything normal, really. Just another week, except the game's got a bit more extra importance. But no, good week of preparation.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, guys, now just remember as well, we're still under level 2 restrictions, so no crowds at the game. However, you will be able to watch the Greytown Ekinahuna game live streamed on the Greytown Rugby Union Facebook page.
The Greytown Rugby Club Facebook page, if you give that a like, you will be able to live stream and watch the game, which can also be shared afterwards, so that will be live streamed. And thank you to the Ekinahuna Rugby Club and the Greytown Rugby Club for going halves in the cost of that live stream to give our supporters and the people out there a chance to watch the game. Unlike Marist, who don't want to give away any secrets, apparently.
Good on you, Childsy. Okay, so now we do have a 7th place playoff. This was supposed to be Gladstone versus Pioneer. However, the news I've got is Pioneer have forfeited this match. So Gladstone will take 7th place, which is unfortunate for Pioneer. First year back in the comp for some time, they have sort of struggled. But let's hope that they can get things together, and because it's always good to have that 8th team in the competition, so there is no buys. So I believe Gladstone take this. And then out at Foriama, we have East Coast playing Carterton, and they're playing for 5th position. Childsy, who have you got on this one?
Coasties all the way on this at home for me.
Coasties? All right. I've got Coasties as well.
All right.
Let's go. I've got to win one this year. Oh. 1, 2. Gotcha.
No,
I've got East Coast.
I think Carterton will probably be a little bit too flashy in the backs for them, actually, tomorrow. And look, nothing to lose. Go for it, guys.
Go, Coast. Finish the season off well. You started it strong, and let's hope you guys get up in that 5th position. But really, the 2 games that matter are the Tui Cup semi-finals. We have, first up, we've got Marist versus Martinborough on the Marist number 2. Brucey, you say that you're avoiding every set piece possible and you're just going to spin it. Is this true?
Yeah, it is. On Thursday, we could practice for our mates. So I thought that was pretty important for after the game for us this week. And so, yeah, we're pretty keen to play an enjoyable style of rugby and get into it.
Yeah, cool. Hey, I've got another viewer question just come through for you, Brucey. And it's Jeff from Martinborough, and he wants to know, in the movie Brokeback Mountain, which actor did you prefer the most, Ennis, Delmar, or Jack Twist?
I tell you what, I've seen you touch your toes. I think I'm pretty.
Hey, cheers, Brucey.
Let's not forget who's playing A Green, who's playing.
I'm glad we've got a really bad feed and we can't hear you, Brucey, because we can't hear a word you're saying. So,
Brucey, you got to move and say it. We can't hear what you're saying.
It's awesome. It's a free-for-all. Another viewer question for you, Brucey. Will your forwards show up to the match this week?
Yes, the forwards will definitely show up to the match this week. Yep.
Okay, cool. Hey, Brucey, I can't wait seeing you today, and I really hope it's a great game between the two sides. The last time at Marist number 2, these guys had an epic encounter. So let's hope it's the same sort of results. Oh, what do you think?
In this game?
Yeah.
Well, I know Martinborough will have a specific game plan for this, and look, Brucey, I know you'll have them ready, and anyone with Tim Priest and Tristan Flutie, Tippy Hyder in the back line, you got Nathan Hunt on the wing. There is a dangerous back line, so you better brace yourself, Marist. Any sort of ball Martinborough will get, I feel they'll use, and they're a dangerous side. They're one of the best teams we've played this season, probably the best team, I feel, that we played. So, yeah, you better not take them lightly.
Beachy, can you tell us a little bit about your team going into today? Injuries? Any injuries? Anyone out at the moment?
No injuries. Yeah, no injuries. But you better read the paper yesterday, boys, because it was Carlton's supposed to be playing Pioneer, and it's East Coast Gladdy, and then they play a final next week.
Thanks for embarrassing us there, Beachy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to come back on the show at any time.
Sorry,
Childsy puts together all these slides, so
no, he doesn't.
We'll have a look.
No, he doesn't.
All right, so Joe Beach is back in for this week?
Yeah, well, Joe Beach is in. He's fine. He just had a bit of a niggle, so he's back in. Goodge is back in, so full strength. Everyone's good to go. No injuries going into this game.
Beach, you've got another question from the public here. We've got a Peter, from Carterton. Question, what's it like living in your brother's shadow?
Mate, it's tough. I've only finally came out of it this year when I got the captaincy role. But then I think he got 3 points for player of the game first 2 games ahead of me, and I got none. So it's tough times, all right.
Yeah, look, Beachy, I see you made a comeback there on the points, but look, the questions are coming thick and fast here. Well, another one we've got, what's it like being the 3rd best rugby player in your family behind your father and your brother?
Sorry, these are different questions, Beachy.
No, it's all right. Actually, I was at a 21st one time and someone came up to me and said, what's it like when your dad's cooler than you? So, I suppose I'm going to keep taking it on the chin, don't I?
Exactly. Hey, boys, have a massive game today. It's going to be epic out there. And for those that are trying to get an update on the score, I'm going to put the live updates through this Facebook post. So I'll keep you updated on that.
Who are you picking?
I'm picking Marist by 15.
Look, Brucey, I think you got to win. I'm picking Martinborough. I really do.
All right. Well, good luck. All right. This game here, Greytown versus Ekinahuna. The Chook. What do you got happening, Chook? You up for this one?
Yeah, we are. We've had a funny old week, actually. As you boys know, we're predominantly stacked with farmers, and it's middle of calving and lambing, so we spent the first 15 minutes on Thursday night pulling a calf out of a cow, and then proceeded to dance around, not actually asking for rain, but asking for Sam Gammy to have his baby, because his lovely wife was due Saturday just been. So if she goes into labour this Saturday, we'll be missing him. So, yep, we're not wishing for rain this week. We're wishing for Victoria to have the baby before the game's played out.
Yeah, interesting, Chook. Sam Gammy and Victoria due. Tehana Brown and his partner Bex due the same day. Neither has had their baby yet, so this could be a little bit of a trade-off here. Should we just get the waters to break at the same time?
No, Gammy's promised us that she's holding off till Monday, so I don't know how it's going to happen, but we'll see.
Look, Chuck, what's the game plan though if Victoria's waters break and what's happening 12 o'clock Saturday? What's Gammy doing?
Well, just like Brucey said, we're the same as Martinborough. We're just looking to throw the ball around all day. We're going to go away from that piston and that close in rugby, use our Ferrari backline.
Much like the Marist backline, that Ferrari backline. Yep,
that's right. Yeah. Childsy, what's your game plan going into this week, into today's game?
Oh, we're just going to kick it the whole time. Every time we get the ball, we're just going to kick it, drop goals, little grubbers, chips over the top.
Drop goals and little grubbers all day long.
Keep the scoreboard ticking over. Even into the win, we're going to kick it. Won't matter.
Oh, this is where you get the truth from on this show, right?
I was the first five and so are you. We're going to kick the ball.
All right, that's all we know. That's all we know. Hey, this is going to be an awesome game, and it is live streamed on the Greytown Facebook page as well. The winner of these two games go through to the final next week for the Tui Cup final, which we played on the turf at Memorial Park. And we are looking for a sponsor to sponsor that so we can live stream it if we're in level 2. But how good would it be if we dropped to level 1 and we got a massive crowd for this one? But let's get through this weekend first. Childsy, you got anything more to add right now?
Yeah, I think we should play a bit of Face the Music, Persico. What do you think?
Actually, this week, Pick the School competition, $1,000 is on the Greytown Ekinahuna game. So I think everyone knows the rules for this. Put your scores in the comments below. The first person to get that score gets it. You need to pick the winning team and the exact score. If you get it, you get $1,000. And the best part of that is it comes out of his pocket.
No. $500 out of my pocket. I'm looking for another sponsor to go me halves. Anyone available on the show today, speak up now.
Come on, Chuck.
Well, I have got to backstop my good mate.
I'm out, sorry. Look how well the last one went. I'm out.
Well, luckily I've got a backup sponsor, Mr. Brad Chittick from Ray White Masterton. Thanks, dog.
So it's $1,000. Pick the Score comp. Comments below, and hopefully we get in touch with you. Send you out a big oversized check like this one, and you can collect $1,000. So, Childsy, you wanted to do one more thing on the show today?
Well, it was actually your idea to play Face the Music.
Okay, so we're going to play a little game here, Face the Music. Well, you guys must have known this from kids. We're going to play a song, and then you're going to guess the movie clip that this is associated to.
I've all got a buzzer, haven't I?
Oh, you've all got a buzzer. So, Brucey, your buzzer is a sheep noise. Meh. Yeah. Chook, your cow from out of Ekinahuna, so you go moo, right? And Beachy, what's Beachy?
Oh, no, Marist, I suppose.
It's just dooley. You say dooley.
Yeah.
Dooley.
Right, are you ready?
Brucey, you got to get this one.
Are you ready?
Come on, Brucey. Say it, Brucey. Say it, Brucey. You got to win something today.
Surely someone knows this.
Brucey.
Something to do with touching your
Can't
toes.
hear you. Speak up.
Unfortunately, you didn't get it, but it was Brokeback Mountain, Brucey. All right, that might be your first loss for today, and you're expecting a second. But thanks for coming on the show, guys. We'll see you next week with the results of this match. Everyone be safe and have a good time. From Anton Persico, Mark Childs, thanks for watching.
Got it.